listening to Florida Songwriters Association Podcast. Your main source for music industry news, networking, and business education.
Welcome to Florida Songwriters Association Podcast. I'm your host, Steve Lane. My guest today is singer-songwriter Miss Devon. Devon is a terrific indie pop singer-songwriter who has released 2 albums, 2 EPs, and now a member of Florida Songwriters Association. Over the past 7 years, Devon has had tons of press and probably close to 100 playlist ads on Spotify, Apple, and Tidal, and has toured all over the East Coast, including a run date on Warped Tour that had a few stops in Florida. Devon, we are happy to have you as our guest, and tell us more about yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Devon. I'm an indie singer-songwriter, alt pop producer also as well. I write and produce all my own stuff, and I write and produce for other people. I guess, when was Warped Tour? That tour in particular, I think I was about 5 years ago, but Warped Tour it's my favorite tour to attend growing up. It's all my favorite bands all in one place. Are you familiar with it? It's like 150 bands on tour together.
Yes, I'm definitely familiar.
Okay, amazing. Yeah, so it was a dream come true when Kevin Lyme allowed me to join the tour. I joined with my friends Rivers Monroe, fellow Philly band, and the Florida dates were incredible. They were brutally hot, really grueling, really testing. Huge testament to everyone who lives there full time, but it was amazing.
So how long were you on that tour for?
I think we were there for about a month and a half.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So let's move on. So how long have you been writing songs and performing, and what inspired you to start writing?
I've been writing songs as long as I can remember. I've always loved poetry, and I've always loved lyrics. I listened to, Sarah Bareilles, Joni Mitchell, all the Adam Duritz from Counting Crows. Actually, Stan Malo from Rainbow Kitten Surprise is one of my favorites as well. And I've always just loved reading and listening, and I knew I wanted to try to articulate my own thoughts and feelings in a similar sort of poetic, beautiful way. So I started writing, honestly, as a little kid. I remember writing songs when I was 8 years old. My first album I put out, how old was I? 18, I think. So that was when I had compiled everything to a point where I was ready to release it.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your songwriting process. I know a lot of songwriters who will be listening definitely want to know that.
Yeah, I typically start with a lyric or a concept idea because that is the most important part to me of the song. It's what resonates most with me when I listen to songs. So I start with a lyric or just some sort of a phrase and work backwards from there until I have some sort of a song construct. I write on acoustic guitar or piano. And then from there, I produce it outwards to try to make a track that supports the whole sentiment of what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I've seen you play on acoustic guitar, and I can tell you, man, you rock.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I love your performance. When I saw you perform on YouTube, when your publicist sent me the information, I was like, this is the girl. This is the person that we would like to interview. And get to
thank you so much. I love that. Also, Rob is the best. I'm so glad that he sent my stuff over to you. It's so great to be connected.
Yeah, it was perfect timing regarding the workshop, which we're going to talk about in a second. So I want to talk about your song Glitter.
Yeah.
Is that the first song that you wrote and performed? Is that your first single? And tell me more about that.
Glitter is the first single off my new EP called Helium, and it's a super bubbly indie pop bop. It started with the idea, if you go out dancing and you get covered in glitter and the glitter sticks with you for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. And that's sort of what the song is about. It's comparing love to glitter. And it ruins everything. It gets all over your entire life and affects everything. But, it's the best. I'd rather be covered in glitter than that.
I hear you. All right, so let's listen to her first song called Glitter.
This love is like glitter, it sparkles in the light, and I ain't getting it off me for the rest of my life. My mama, she warned me, make sure you choose right, but there ain't no choice in love, so mama, watch me shine. I won't cover up, no, 'cause I can't get enough. I wanna go out, let my head down, I wanna shout it over and over and over. I found what feels I won't stop, I won't stop. This love can be blinding, it's all that I see. But with your arms around my waist and your eyes looking into me, I don't want for nothing, got all that I need. I'm attracting attention, I'm causing a scene. But I won't stop now, no, no. I'll say it loud, oh, I wanna go out, let my head down, I wanna shout it over and over and over. I found what feels right, it makes me dance like I won't stop till I'm covered in glitter tonight. I won't stop till I'm covered in glitter. No, I won't stop, I won't stop. Oh, no, no. I won't stop till I'm covered in glitter. I won't stop, I won't stop. No, I won't stop now, no, no. I don't know how. I wanna go out, let my head down. I wanna tell you over and over and over. You make me feel right, you make me dance like, oh, like I'm covered in glitter. I wanna go out, let my head down. I wanna shout it over and over and over. I found what feels right, it makes me dance like, oh, like I'm covered in glitter. I won't stop till I'm covered in glitter. I won't stop, I won't stop. Oh, no. I won't stop till I'm covered in glitter. I won't stop, I won't stop.
You're listening to Florida Songwriters Association Podcast.
Your main source for music industry news, networking, and business education.
Welcome back, and that was Glitter, written by Devon. My guest today is singer-songwriter Devon. Devon, you did a series of in-studio videos for JBL, AKG, Lyra, and Performer magazine. Episode 1, which had over 20,000 views in the first 3 weeks. We would love to hear more about that experience.
Absolutely. Performer magazine was such a pleasure to work with. They invited me to be a part of their in-studio series. They hooked me up with some awesome AKG and JBL products, including the Lyra mic and some Bluetooth JBL monitors and AKG headphones. And they allowed me to experiment with the products in live time with them in the studio to record Glitter. So it was awesome getting a chance to use, it was really a perfect home studio setup, a perfect time during quarantine to really upgrade my home setup since we couldn't go to a proper studio. We made the proper studio at home.
There you go. I mean, the quarantine really messed a lot of people up within the industry. I know we had to take a few steps back and revamp ourselves pretty much. So that's pretty cool that they sponsored you and you were able to test out their equipment, and that's really cool.
It was a blast, and I'm so stoked about how the song turned out.
Yeah, that's a really cool song. I mean, I listened to your songs for the past 2 weeks now. I've been listening to your songs every day.
Oh, thank you so much.
And when Rob sent me the new single, I was like, this is awesome. And we're going to talk more about the your single that you're going to perform at Florida Songwriters Association Virtual Workshop. All right, so let's dive into your second song called Just Begun, and tell me more about that.
Just Begun is the focus track off my last EP, Sitting Up Straight, which came out last year. That one, Sitting Up Straight, is all about, empowerment. It's about growth. It's about defining your worth and your boundaries and learning how to sit up straight and take up space in your own confident, badass way. So yeah, Just Begun is sort of it is the title track per se, because the first line of the song is being with you is like sitting up straight. I just can't do it sometimes. So that's how the whole idea of the EP came about. it all came from that song.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, there you have it. Just Begun, written by Devon.
Sitting up straight, I just can't do it. Sometimes I'm so tired of making the same mistakes and pushing through it with a smile. I know that it's just begun. Being with you is like drinking champagne, but at a wedding when you're on turn age. You're so sweet, but I know that things change. You might not always taste the same to me. I know that it's just begun. I know that you're not the one. I know that you're scared to run. Just know that I'm scared to be done. You say you're doing better. I say it doesn't matter whether or not you are the one or just another. Waste my time some other way tonight, I'm sure. Without you, it's like waking up late and realizing that the day is gone. But I know that it's just begun. Just begun.
You're listening to Florida Songwriters Association Podcast.
Welcome back, and that was Just Begun, written by Devon. It's time to thank our sponsor, Brevard Healthcare, for sponsoring Florida Songwriters Association Podcast, episode 16. My guest today is singer and songwriter Devon. Devon, you did a series of in-studio videos for JBL, AKG, Lyra, and Performer Magazine. Episode 1, which had over 20,000 views in the first 3 weeks. We would love to hear more about that experience.
Yeah, Performer Magazine has been such an amazing supporter throughout this whole single process. I mean, they included me in their in-studio series with AKG and JBL to help me make the song, and then they premiered it when the time came this past March 12th. Yeah, they did an amazing job premiering it on their website through their publication, and I believe actually I'm going to be on their podcast as well, talking a little bit more about the song.
Oh, cool. When are you going to be on their podcast?
You know, we recorded it. I don't actually know the air date. I'm just waiting to hear back.
I'd definitely like to hear that. You can have Rob email me on that date.
Yes, absolutely. We'll send it along.
Yeah, I want to know more about you and your career and what you're doing. Florida, I know Florida's going to love you if they don't already love you.
Oh my gosh, I love Florida. But yeah, what else do you want to know about me and my career? I'm happy to answer any questions.
Absolutely. So are you, I know we can't tour right now since of COVID. Are you looking to come back to Florida anytime soon, or you going to be doing anything here? Or
Oh my goodness, I'm always looking to come back. I mean, despite the weather's fantastic, so that would be the main reason also. But there's so many amazing collaborators in Florida that I'm excited to get back in the room with. But it's been fun in quarantine to be able to collaborate via Zoom and do interstate collaborations despite the crazy conditions that we're all living in right now. I don't know if you found that, but I've been doing amazing co-writes with people in all sorts of cities that I ordinarily wouldn't have had a chance to write with them because we would have thought that location would be a problem, but not anymore.
This pandemic really made us do some things differently, which we're happy about, but we're just hoping that everything gets back to normal very soon.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
So let's hear your song, Careful, and tell us more about that.
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm glad you were playing Careful. Careful is one of my favorites. That one was the first time I wrote a song that I thought lyrically, I was like, yeah, I wanted someone to write this song. I'm glad that I did it because I wanted that message to be out there. But the message of Careful is, be careful. I'm not afraid to be alone. That just felt very relevant. It still feels very relevant between me and my friend groups of people staying in relationships just because they're afraid of what it would be like to not have someone around. But, we have our friends, we have ourselves, we have family, we have everything we need. We don't need to depend on any external factors for our own happiness. And that's what Careful's about. And I wrote it, of course, acoustically. That's how all my songs start. I wrote that one on piano, and I ultimately produced it out in this sort of, poppy, boppy, reverby wall of sound mosh. I don't know what to call it, but, and I love the way the production turns out, but I kind of felt like the lyrics got lost a little bit behind that reverby wall of sound. So I ultimately put out the piano version, the original acoustic version as well, because I felt like the lyrics were important.
Well, I listened to Careful when your publicist sent that to me a few days ago, I think. And I was like, this song is really well written.
Thank you.
Job on that song. I love your style. I love your voice. I love how uppity you are. You seem always happy. And, when I look at your videos, and you're quirky, which is really cool. People can do that. And just a happy person in general. So I definitely want my podcast listeners to hear that song because a lot of people, I'm sure, can relate to Careful.
Oh, thank you so much. You can't see it, but I'm smiling right now. I really appreciate the kind words.
That's cool. So let's go into it and let's listen to Careful.
Call me up when you're angry, when your words they rush like waterfalls. Now I'm thinking you should thank me, cause I don't wash away, I build up walls. I let it flow and I ignore every time. My heart and my mind, they should be telling you, oh, be careful, next time I might not answer the phone. Be careful, babe, cause you never know. Be careful when you run your mouth. Remember, I told you to be careful, cause I'm not afraid to be alone. Careful, 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 careful. Me up and you're sorry, but I can tell you're just not sure if we're fine or are we faking love and making more problems than we can seem to understand. This don't have to end, but listen, I'm telling you, oh, be careful, next time I might not answer the phone. Be careful, babe, cause you never know. Be careful when you run your mouth. Remember, I told you to be careful, cause I'm not afraid to be alone. Careful, 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 careful. Call me me up when you're angry. You call me up when you're feeling low. Don't call me up till you figured out what it is we're fighting for. You call me up when you're angry. You call me up when you're feeling low. Oh, don't call me up till you figured out I should be telling you. Oh, be careful, next time I might not answer the phone. I'm not afraid to be alone. Careful, careful. Ooh, oh, oh, careful, careful. Careful, careful.
Yo, what's poppin'? It's your girl Cardi B.
This is Drizzy Drake, your number one Songwriters Association Podcast.
Welcome back, and I'm your host, Steve Lane, and that was Careful, written and performed by Devon. Devon, your new single, Walk Away, will be coming out April the 23rd, and you're scheduled to debut Walk Away at Florida Songwriters Association Virtual Workshop, April the 17th. We are so excited to see your performance and for you to be our first artist to debut on Florida Songwriters Association 2021 workshop.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I can't wait to share it. Both the song and I'm excited to be a part of the workshop. This is going to be a blast.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit different workshop, 4 hours of learning. We've decided to put the artist showcase within the workshop right in the beginning because we want all of our members to be showcased. And that's what Florida Songwriters is about, showcasing, motivating, educating, and helping our songwriters in the state of Florida and beyond. So we're really excited to have you perform that song and for all of our members and people to see you.
I love it. I can't wait. I think it's so amazing what you guys are doing. The support structure for songwriters it's essential and it's lacking in a lot of areas. So you guys are doing an awesome job and it's such a pleasure to be a part of it.
Absolutely. Well, having songwriters and artists like yourself to be a part of it is what it is all about. So we're really happy that you're going to be performing and now that you are a member. So where can we hear your music? And do you have a YouTube channel? Can you tell us where we can hear that?
Absolutely. You can find my music on any streaming platform. It's always tricky to find because my name is Devon and I just go by Devon. But you can check out my Instagram at Devon Sounds. By the way, Devon is Devon. But yeah, at Devon Sounds, and that links to everything. It links to my Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Deezer, all that good stuff. SoundCloud as well. And yeah, on YouTube. Again, it's always just Devon. So it's my Instagram links to everything to simplify it. So at Devon Sounds. But if you want to look me up on any platform, if you just search my name in any one of my songs, like Careful or Just Begun or Glitter, I should pop right up.
Well, give us that email again.
Oh yeah, on Instagram, the handle is at Devon Sounds, Devon Sounds.
Excellent. All right, you heard it, and I mean, your music is fantastic. I mean, I listen to it every day, and my staff and I, we really like your style and your performance. We like your music. When we heard you,
love it.
Wow, this is the artist we need for our first workshop. So I'm so happy that your publicist reached out to us, gave us your information, and I think we did a good job here. I think you're going to be the first person performing, and we did the right thing, picked the right person.
I'm honored. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for listening. I'm so glad you dig it. It's always kind of the goal. It's just I hope my music makes people smile. So I'm so glad it resonated with you. And yeah, huge shout out to Rob Evanoff. He is the best.
Yes, he is. All right, Devon, thank you so much. And if you are a songwriter or artist who would like your song to be played on Florida Songwriters Association Podcast, please send your songs to indiesongs@flsw.org. I want to thank you for listening to Florida Songwriters Association Podcast. And a songwriting tip Before we part, allow yourself to write a bad version of a song. Everyone has a first draft. Just because it doesn't sound good at first doesn't mean the idea behind the song is a bust. Keep writing, and thank you.